Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, who's the best in the SEC? There's a new ranking out. They have combined football and basketball together and come up with this ranking. And you may find it very interesting to see where your team winds up in this list. And this should be pretty fun. The best and worst combined seasons for 2025. All 16 schools. This article went from 1 to 16. I'm going to do it in reverse and go from 16 to 1.
Building the suspense.
And we're going to start out with Mississippi State. Oh, boy. Number 16, last place. 9th in the SEC, 16th in the football. 0-8. At least their basketball wasn't too bad. The South Carolina Gamecocks come in at number 15, next to last, which is hard to do when your team was 4th in the SEC, 9-4 in football, but their basketball was a disaster. Last place.
Oh, this is going to get damn ugly right here.
Now, I thought they'd do a little better than that, especially what they went 9-4. If only they allowed women's basketball to be a part of this, that would help them a ton. But last year's football didn't carry them. I thought it would, and I'm still reeling from Shane Beamer being named Coach of the Year last year.
What's in the box?
Not until you give me the
What's
gun.
in the box?
Give me the gun.
Yeah, I've not handled it well at all. It's terrible. But anyway, that's South Carolina. They're at number 15. Kentucky Wildcats. They're sitting at number 14. Their basketball team was fine. Their football team was pretty awful. 4-8. Stoops is struggling. It does show you they were 6th in 2023 and 2024, so this is a big drop for them. And Stoops is definitely on the hot seat, but again, he'd be owed $30 million, so I don't think they're going to fire him. He's really got a very difficult situation. Mark Pope is getting anything he wants. If he wants 5-star after 5-star, he gets it. He goes in the transfer portal, gets anything he wants. And Stoops is dealing with a 3-star quarterback they got out of Incarnate Word.
Who?
He was the number 22 or 23 quarterback in the transfer portal. So you got one side that gets anything they want, one side that gets nothing. And if he asks for anything, I'm sure it doesn't go over well.
Please, sir. I want some more.
Yeah, Mark's definitely up against it, so we'll see how this year goes. I'm not looking for a big improvement in football. All right, LSU Tigers. This is not so bueno. They're sitting number 13, 15th in basketball. They usually are good in basketball. This was a disastrous year. Their football was solid at 9-4, so that's a pretty bad spot for them, 13th. All right, now the Oklahoma Sooners, they're coming in at number 12. Basketball was 13th. Football was 13th. They just were no good at much of anything this last year. And look, they're used to being in the Big 12. They've come into the SEC. It's a whole new world.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, welcome to the SEC, Oklahoma. It just is what it is. You're going to have to raise your game. All right, Vanderbilt Commodores, good for them. They're up here at number 11. You can thank Diego Pavia for that. Their basketball program was decent, 10-8 in the SEC. Not bad at all. So good for Vanderbilt. They're showing up. Now we got to go to number 10, Arkansas.
I believe one fella come from Arkansas. Get it?
Football 7-6. Basketball, hey, John Calipari got him into the Sweet 16. Now, Calipari, as I've always said, he is a late bloomer every season. He gets all these great, talented athletes, and it takes him all year to get them to where they can play halfway together. Probably one of the most talented teams easily in the country, and they kind of made a run. Had they not blown it in that last game, they'd have made it Elite 8. Football-wise, like I say, Sam Pittman's on the hot seat there. I could see him getting let go, although with the big settlement coming and all the money you've got to come up with players, nobody's looking to fire anybody, and last year no head coach got fired, which is unbelievable. We never see that in the SEC. All right, Texas A&M Aggies, the team that paid $76 million for a coach not to coach. Their basketball was 5th. Their football was 4th, 8-4 in the regular season. Said $76 million to get rid of 8-4, and they went 8-4. So A&M probably gets less with more money than any team in the country, but they're very dangerous. Tons of talent. Tons of money. At some point, they're going to get it figured out. I don't know if it'll be this year coming up, but they finished 9th. Now we got the Missouri Tigers. I never know what to think of Missouri. I keep thinking they're not going to be any good, and then they go 10-3 in football, and they finished 6th in the basketball. So they had really good, solid years. They always surprise me. I guess when you stand on business, anything's possible.
We stand on business, John.
Now we got the Alabama Crimson Tide. This is a team that finished 1st in 23, 1st in 24, and now they're 7th. And here's the thing, they played well, 3rd in the SEC basketball, 13-5, made a heck of a run in the tournament. Then football, they went 9-4, which is terrible for them, but most teams would be happy with that. So this is just a big pullback for them. We'll see what happens. You got Ryan Grubb coming in this year to work with Kalen DeBoer. They've got new quarterback situation, either Ty Simpson or probably going to be Ty, if I had to guess. And then they've got a big 5-star right behind him. And there is an odd man out, and that's probably going to be Austin Mack. But anyway, Alabama sitting at 7, that's kind of a rare pullback for them. But here's the thing. They could make a big comeback because, look, they got a great fan base, and they don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, baby.
Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
I love America, and I love the Tide, baby.
Tide, go get them. Tide, go take them down.
All right, now Auburn Tigers. Oh, boy. I tell you, I'm surprised by this. This is a football team went 5-7, but Bruce Pearl winning the SEC saved their butt, 32-5, just got beat in the Final Four by Florida. The basketball team's kind of carrying them, and they finished 9th, 5th, and now 6th. So football's really kind of creaking them. Hugh Freeze, if he'd only gotten Diego Pavia, all this could have been different. All right, number 5, Texas Longhorns. Came out of the Big 12. They went from 3rd there, then 2nd last year, and then 5th this year. Football, they won the SEC 7-1. It's just their basketball team let them down. But they finished 5th, so that's a dangerous team with tons of money.
Haven't you noticed? You gotta be a man to play in my league.
All right, Ole Miss Rebels. Good grief. Old Lane Kiffin's doing a great job as far as wins and losses. Maybe this year he won't fake injury his way through the entire season. They seem to be on to him over that. Basketball finished 6th. You got to be thrilled in Ole Miss. Made it to the Sweet 16. Ole Miss, y'all are in hog heaven right now. Enjoy these years. All right, Georgia Bulldogs, number 3. Of course, their football program's been terrific for years now. They went 11-3 last year, which is bad for them. 2nd in the SEC. Basketball, hey, they improved. You know, they finished 20-13, so not too bad for Georgia. They're sitting at number 3. Their basketball definitely helped them. Normally, they're not so good at that. Tennessee Volunteers, sitting at number 2. Tennessee's been right up to the top, but they never seem to finish 1st in these rankings. The last 2 years, they finished 2nd and 3rd, and now 2nd again. And it was basically because the basketball program, had they won the SEC this year, I think we'd have been 1st, but weren't able to pull it off. Finished 2nd in football at 6-2. So, look, if you threw baseball in there, we'd be number 1 for sure, especially coming off a natty. But that's not how it works. It's just the 2 sports. So now, without further ado, let's see who's number 1. The dreaded Florida Gators, the team that bothers me the most. You know my history with them, and you don't need to ask what they did.
They know what they did.
And here they sit at number 1, and they may win a national title in basketball. And their football team went 8-5 against one of the toughest schedules in the world. And they literally had a Mayflower truck sitting out in front of Billy Napier's front lawn, ready to ship him out. And the thing about the Florida Gators that just bugs the crap out of me, look, they're bad losers. We all know that. But the problem is they're worse winners.
You, Bruce! You, Johnny! 25-1! I'm posting a video!
Oh, yeah. They're way worse winners. I've gone down there, and as you're leaving the stadium, if they've beaten you, which happens to Tennessee quite a bit, especially out of the swamp, oh, they're just giving you hell. Wearing you out, cussing you, telling you what piece of crap you are. They can't be nice. They just can't. And that's why I want to beat them so bad. But anyway, they're sitting at number 1, and I think they're going to win the national championship in basketball. They were the best team this year, I thought. They can fill it up from 3. And Napier shocked me last year. No way they should have won 8 games, and he pulled it off. My biggest fear by far would be him winning Coach of the Year. I don't think I could handle that next year. I really don't.
It ain't got no gas in it.
You see there, Scooter? Thinks of the simplest things first.
Yeah, it would be awful. I would need therapy. But anyway, I wanted to go down this list of the top 16 in the SEC ranked from worst to first. Pretty interesting when you combine the 2 sports. Maybe they do another one that combines baseball and women's basketball and things like that. But anyway, if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me continue to cover all these big college sports stories. If you've not subscribed, boom, 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 hit this little button right there. Help you get my videos, won't cost you a dime. And right over here is a video that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy based on your viewing history. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.
I want you to know it's over.
Well, bye.